Alright, so we're going to take a look at the SH Monsterarts Little Godzilla. He made his first appearance in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, although he looks different from the way this figure looks, because this guy is actually modeled off Little Godzilla, how he looks in the following movie, which is Godzilla vs. SpaceGodzilla. And Bandai did a pretty good job with sculpting the character. I love the scales all over his body. So the paint job on Little Godzilla is pretty good. It's a nice green color throughout most of his body, and it goes good with the scales because he is a Godzillasaurus. And like I said, mostly a very good job on the part of Bandai. I mean, they usually do a pretty good job. Now, if you look at the yellowish kind of beige color on his stomach, the paint app on that is not as good as it should be. It probably could have used a couple extra coats of paint, because you can see some of the green underneath in the cracks. But it looks pretty good. And also, if you notice or you compare this figure to the baby Godzilla in the movies, the beige kind of color actually extends all the way to the neck. And there is baby Godzilla's face. It looks really good. It actually is very detailed. Almost to a fault, actually. The face is more detailed than it actually appears in the movie. The features of Little Godzilla in the Godzilla vs. SpaceGodzilla movie are actually a little bit softer. And one neat thing about this figure is that you can open baby Godzilla's mouth. So when you open up baby Godzilla's mouth, it reveals his teeth, and you can see him a lot better than with his mouth closed. And this does reveal an issue with the paint job on this figure. The red from the mouth actually bled over into the teeth. So it looks like baby Godzilla just killed something. The Little Godzilla figure stands at about 4 inches and is about 5 inches from head to tail. Here is Little Godzilla standing next to the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Agito. To give you an idea of the scale of this figure, Agito stands about 6 inches tall. So now let's check out some of the articulation on this figure. Baby Godzilla has an ab crunch that goes up and down. Very little, but still enough. It doesn't really move side to side very much. And baby Godzilla also has a nice elbow joint. You can move it up. Ball and socket for the hand, so you can rotate them all the way around. And that's it for the articulation there. As I mentioned earlier, you can open his mouth. Now as for his legs, you can move them all the way forward 90 degrees. So if you do this with both legs, you can have your baby Godzilla sitting. So while the legs can move forward all the way, they really can't move back much because the thigh hits the tail. Now you can move the bottom portion of the leg back some, thanks to the nice knee joint that's there. So you can get some of that action going. And finally, the lower legs can be rotated back at the knee. The right leg can only go so far, while the left leg can actually be rotated all the way back a full 360 degrees. And this is due to the fact that the right and left legs, the sculpt was cut a little bit differently at the inner thighs. And the feet are on ball joints, which means these can move a full 360 degrees. So now let's check out the extras that Little Godzilla comes with. And so baby Godzilla comes with these crystals. And these are the crystals from Godzilla vs. SpaceGodzilla. These are the ones that come off the back of SpaceGodzilla. And they embed themselves all throughout the city when SpaceGodzilla is trying to take over. But also, these are the ones that SpaceGodzilla uses to create a prison for Little Godzilla. So for that, Bandai has included 4 of these crystals. And like I mentioned, you get 4 of these crystals, and you get 2 stands that link together. So you can put your little baby Godzilla in, put him in a seating position. Oh no, baby Godzilla doesn't want to go. and like in the movie, and they can close up around him to make it look like a prison. Now, in the movie, there was a lot more of these crystals holding baby Godzilla in, so I guess Bandai could have included a couple more, because you can plug in 2 more things on the sides. Or actually, not on this one, because I have it backwards, but if it was facing the other way, you could actually have 3 crystals on each one of the bases, and it would look more like a prison. But still, a neat effect that Bandai included in the set, nonetheless, to recreate SpaceGodzilla sealing away baby Godzilla, or little Godzilla I should call him, throughout most of the movie. He doesn't get out till the end. So that is pretty much it for the SH Monsterarts Little Godzilla. I mean, this guy is really cute. My girlfriend liked him. She kind of wanted to keep him because he is not as menacing as Godzilla. And I'm glad that Bluefin was able to acquire some of these, because they are web shop exclusives and they are available in the US market at regular prices, or close to the Tamashii web prices. So if you want to get one of these guys, you can pick them up at many of the retailers that carry Tamashii Nation's products, like Big Bad Toy Store. So thank you guys for joining me, and that is it for this little review of Little Godzilla from Godzilla vs. SpaceGodzilla. I'll see you guys around.